So I wonder. I guess this is part of the podcast, right? Us grinding through, doing the work here. It's probably not the most interesting content. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, maybe. I
Maybe you're
mean,
right. We'll test it out. We'll see.
because like you never know who it hits. Because if you start theory crafting, you might pull in a whole bunch of random people. Like, huh? Well, I've never really designed a cube. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's fair.
And
Yeah, of us
I'm
going
like,
through it. Yeah.
yeah, like it's always nice to get somebody else's perspective because when I first learned how to do a cube, remember what I did? I literally just singleton one of each of Innistrad, Dark Ascension, and
Yeah, yeah,
that was my first cube. And then I
yeah.
actually learned how to like
That's a good start,
actually,
right? You just got to start
yeah.
somewhere. Start doing it. Okay, welcome back to the Cubecast. This is Levi with Ryan. Trevor's not here this week. He is what? Gallivanting through the mountains of through the Appalachian Mountains. We don't know.
Oh
We
yeah,
we don't know where that guy is, but
he
today
went rogue.
he's rogue. He's rogue. But today we're gonna jump right into it. We are building a cube for our buddy Harrison, who is moving away, but only a couple hours away, and he'll still stay in touch. But what we want to do is build a cube commonwealth with him in his new city. So what we're doing is we are building him a cube that he can take with him. So Ryan, would you like to do an introduction of the cube that we are building for him, which we will walk through how we're building that for him. That's the point of this episode.
Yeah, yeah. So Harrison is kind of a control player at heart, so why not build him a little miniature Esper Cubette, is what we like to call it, or a mini cube. So a little 180 that fits 2 to 4 people. He's like I said, control tempo kind of thing. And we thought that the best thing would be Esper. So we're just kind of going through, putting together as quick as possible, just to really try to polish a rough draft, I
Yeah.
guess, to get this going for him.
Yeah, and kind of what we did, right? We decided on Esper, which I like that idea, and for the Cubette 180. And basically, the three of us were coming together and saying, like, here's a bunch of cool cards that are in Esper that, for me personally, I just have on laying around on top of a bookshelf, or I guess I use this bookshelf for all my cards. That
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh yeah, these are cool cards that I want to do something with in some sort of cube. So we kind of rough draft putting them together, and then we are sharing a cube Cobra, which I just shared on the screen here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you will see my screen. If you're listening to it as a podcast, you can't see it clearly. And we'll talk about the cards, say the card names, and explain what they are. And so right now, what we have, and basically, yeah, Ryan, you haven't added your cards to it yet, have you? Maybe you added one.
I, I have not actually added
Okay.
any because I was going to add them when there were 0 yesterday, and then all the cards I added, it looks like half of them that I own have been put onto the cube.
There,
So,
that happened to me with like counterspell. Trevor had already put
yeah,
counterspell on it and a couple other counters.
so I was a little bit behind the curve on this, but I do have stuff that I can add to it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. And that's like this is like I can't speak. Just the rough draft, and then trying to. It's kind of fun, like figuring out the themes and archetypes that we can then put in. Right. That's kind of what I want to do with this session. Of like look at the rough draft and then see. It's like all right, we still have, a decent amount of cards that we have. What 47 or
Yeah.
57 that we can add. And then you had mentioned earlier, right? We have only 16 white cards and 21 black cards versus 41 blue cards, 23 multicolored, and Azorius. We've got a lot of Azorius cards. We need to beef up the
Yeah.
Orzhov stuff, and
Yes.
then figure out our lands to make sure it's like consistent.
Yes, which I think the current iteration uh, could use some work, but that's just me.
Yeah. All right, get started. What do you want to? How do you want to go through this?
Well, I like to start with lands first
Okay.
because I feel like that's the easiest to kind of like break down.
Yeah.
Um, so my thought is that we have bounce lands for all three.
Okay.
Then we would have guild gates, shock lands,
Okay.
and then I think fetches,
Okay.
and then because that would give us
By the way, I guess
so
because we haven't really decided on how much money we want to put into it. So that.
well at least like the expensive lands that's proxied out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because um, there's 10 fetches, 10 shocks in the tuber that we're pulling from, and those are proxied.
Well, we only need.
So
Oh, I gotcha for the price. Yeah, because we need to
yeah,
make sure
because
we
he
have this
bought
done by
by
next
next
Saturday.
tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Trevor's okay giving out or giving away his proxies, then we're in good
Mhm.
shape.
Okay.
But looking at it, the like 10 to 17% rule. So that puts us at 18 to what was it? Hold on,
Yeah. How
can't do
many lanes do we
math.
need? Yeah, working with
So
180 versus 360 is different, right?
yeah. So like at max we have 18 to 30 lands.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yes, because 10% is 18,
Yeah.
and then 17% is 30.6, so just 30.
Okay.
So if we have, I also like those Dominaria lands.
Yeah, I actually have those, so those are real.
Okay, so the DMU lands are good, so that's 3. You have a handful. What we have 9 fetches. 9 fetches.
No, no, no. We don't need all the fetches, right? Don't we only need three
Well,
of
you could.
each?
Well, you
Or
can put all 9. You can put all 9 in there because it grabs at least one of them.
do
You don't
we?
need. You don't need all 9, but you can put 9 in there.
Okay, so
But
let's think that out then. I think that's overkill because I guess
okay, so you just think,
because like
yeah,
okay, so the question is why are we using the fetches? Are we using the fetches just to have cleaner mana, or are you using fetches to shuffle your library to build up your graveyard? Which I do have a card in there, a delve card that is.
yeah.
So that's an argument to have all those fetches in it.
And I also have another argument because Forbidden Alchemy is not in here,
Yeah.
and flashback mechanic is a big thing that you can use. Because I think that there's no Snapcaster in here, but um, delving because you have Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time that can be put in there.
Did we put a treasure cruise in
Uh,
there? Let's see. Because
there's a
by the
Dig
way,
Through Time.
take their time would work. Okay. And then I have a
Yeah,
black. What's the name of that card? It's like creates a whole bunch of zombies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Empty the pit, which isn't necessarily that good,
yeah,
but it's super cool because it says
yeah.
put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens on the battlefield tapped, and it's
Mhm.
for the CMC. It has delve, but the CMC is 4 black pips and then XX. So to get one zombie, you're spending 6 mana or delving, right? So,
Yeah,
so I mean, the shocks do help with if we're delving then,
but
and
yeah, the fetches.
or the
Yeah,
fetches. I mean, yeah. So I mean, and then if we are proxying them, if we already have the proxies, that's fine. So 9, we need which
yeah.
I'm trying to run
So
through.
then, because it leaves us 21 open lands.
Okay.
So you have 3. Then you have 3 shock lands,
Mhm.
3 guild gates,
Yeah.
3 Dominaria lands, because those are fetchable as
Yep.
well.
Yep. Yep.
Um, the bounce lands for fixing. That puts us at 12 out of 21. Then you have the Raffine's Tower,
Yeah.
which is the Triome. And then you have an Evolving Wilds and Escape Tunnel.
Yep.
So that's 15 plus 9, so 24. So there's just like 6 lands.
Let's do the other. I forget the name of it. The Raffine's Tower, but the uncommon. Which version? What was that called? The Triland.
Oh,
Yeah. What is that
I
called?
don't know. Uh, is it an uncommon?
Yeah.
Oh, the Arcane Sanctum.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Let's add that one too. That makes
Okay,
sense, right?
so I'll make the edits then, unless you're already doing it.
I'm taking notes because if we make edits here, the question is, how do we know who has which cards, if they're actually real or not?
I mean, I'm just gonna put them as not owned.
Okay. Right now I have the
Eh,
default set so that when you do add a card, it's owned. We can change that. Can we change that?
that's all good. I can just change the default right now.
All right, you're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, default
Which
says
I did
not.
that after I added a bunch of cards, so I'll have to go through and update. Like
Yeah.
I kind of didn't do it because I'm like, oh, this is annoying. I'll have to individually go through and update it as owned.
Yeah.
Because then I remembered
Uh,
halfway through adding cards, I'm like, oh shoot, I need to. If we're gonna use, like, I wasn't sure if we're gonna use that technique to realize which cards we do have.
yeah. So Hog Fountain is not in there.
Because then we can sort based on owned and unowned, right? So that we can
Yes.
go pick it up at the store.
Uh, yes. Godless Shrine. Oh, and then I was thinking check lands as well. The check lands are pretty okay.
Okay.
So Hollow Fountain, Godless Shrine, Water Grave. So I don't think that one's in there.
You know, I have a Word document. I should be using a spreadsheet on this, so I can do the math with the numbers, right? So it's stupid doing it on a Word sheet or a Word document. I guess it doesn't matter because we're keeping track in Cube Cover now. We'll figure out our. This is the first time us working together and building a cube like this, right? So
This is what I've wanted to do for a while.
you've been dreaming about it. You're like, oh, can I just get the boys together so we can build a cube together?
I'm like, yo, I got like, I want to have like a full pimped out legit cube, and I think it's like Nate has his, but like I want like the big like. Eventually, I say I want that power, but that's a whole different ball game. But yeah, no, I think like coming together as a community to build a cube, like between like the 4 or 5 of us, like yeah, it's kind of annoying, but it's like it would be cards that we just have as extras, just chilling there that we can just throw in together as like, yeah,
Yeah,
because then like that,
it depends on I don't look what we actually want to build, what type of cube, right? Because I guess coming
yeah,
together, I guess there are two ideas, right? Coming together on ideas and building a cube that's fun and exciting. We just build the hypothetical cube cobra cube,
uh-huh,
and then once we have the built, then we pool together the cards, right? Is that what you're thinking?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to get the fetches added. Let's see.
What are we at? We're at, let's see, 9, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Do we want to keep these cycle lanes in there? The remote isle.
Yeah, that's the only one I put in there. I put that as a reminder. We probably don't have room for it then, right? If we're only doing 30.
And then Fairy Conclave.
Yeah, I put that in there as an example of do we want to put manlands in for each
Okay.
color.
Do we have manlands for each? I was thinking if we want to do that, then we might as well just put in like the Creeping Tar Pit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
Okay, yeah, I'll just leave that. I'll leave that in there then.
we'll take out the remote aisle though, because you're right. I was just putting that in there to discuss.
Well, I mean, technically, actually, if you're talking about like that kind of stuff, that would leave room for like miscalc, that card, and then each one of the cyclers. Like you can put in like the Lorien Revealed, the Troll, for like those 3 are like, and then the white one for the lane cycling. So then it's like their graveyard synergy. But I don't know if we.
Oh yeah, it fits with Delve. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. I took it out just for now. Then if we're gonna add the manlands, we should probably consider cutting some of the fetches.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
Would that
9 fetches is probably too much.
so think like because let's just think about it. If we have 4 people, should we just have like 4 fetches, 5 fetches, 6? What's the sweet spot?
Yeah. I mean, the point
Because
the fetch is a dual and also a tri land, right? Because basically,
yeah,
let's think about that. The colors, that makes sense. How many fetches that are on color and then adjacent
there's
color?
9.
And the all so which one? Okay, so which one's not overlapping then? I guess it'd be the enemy.
Red, green,
You can get red,
green.
red, green. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, red green is the only one that doesn't overlap.
Okay. Yeah, Because none of the duels are gonna have red or green in it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So technically, like you said, so you would guarantee, because right now we have Marsh Flats. Why is Flooded Strand an Azorius color?
I moved it over there so we can look at the number of
Oh,
lands that are Azorius.
oh, okay. I'll move it back then.
Where was it? Oh, it comes up as just a
Well, yeah, so it's like you put it in like in the generic lands because that's how like most vintage cubes, like all fetches are, because they're technically a colorless land.
Yeah, no, I get
Uh,
it. Yeah.
yeah. So Hot Fountain. Okay, get rid of the Fortify. That's out of here.
Yeah.
Prairie Stream. That one's out. The only reason I don't think Prairie Stream is okay in there is because there's only 2 out of the 3. There's not all 5,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I
Guildgate.
got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, 2 Guildgates. Get that out of there.
All right.
Polluted Delta.
So I wonder. I guess this is part of the podcast, right? Us grinding through, doing the work here. It's probably not the most interesting content. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe you're right. We'll test it out. We'll see.
Because like you never know who it hits. Because if you start theory crafting, you might pull in a whole bunch of random people. Like, huh? Well, I've never really designed a cube. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's fair.
And
Yeah, of us
I'm
going
like,
through it. Yeah.
yeah, like it's always nice to get somebody else's perspective. Because when I first learned how to do a cube, remember what I did? I literally just singleton one of each of Innistrad, Dark Ascension, and
Yeah.
that was my first cube. And then
Yeah.
I actually learned how to like.
That's a good start,
Actually,
right? You just got to start somewhere. Start doing it. But you're right. Yeah, I was just thinking we spent 16 minutes going through lands, but that's okay. That's how long it takes, right? That's what it is. All right.
I mean,
did you save it? Let me refresh my version.
yeah. So I'm
Okay, cool.
still doing it. What are the what are the what are those things called? The bounce lands. What's the Azorius one?
All right, I'll check
It's like
that out.
something Chancery.
Bounce lands.
Oh, it's literally just Azorius Chancery.
Yep.
Okay.
And
So that one's in.
I do have the Orzhov one. I think that's already on the list.
Yeah, that's the Orzhov Basilica. What's the Demir one?
Aqueduct. Yeah, Azorius, Chancery, Aqueduct, and the Basilica. Which I think Basilica's already on the list. Yeah, because I found that one. I was like, I had like a whole bunch of those, but none of the other two. I'm like, where? How do I not have these other?
It's just what you draft.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 20 lands in there right now. And that only includes one extra like Tarn. So I just have currently 3 fetches, 3 shocks. All right, the bounce lands, the guild gates, the fetches, the shocks, and then the DMU lands.
Okay.
Do we want the check lands? I think those are okay.
Did you add the Triland, the Arcane Sanctum,
The Rafine's Tower, yeah, that's in there.
and then Arcane?
Oh, and then yeah, Arcane Sanctuary or Sanctum.
Sanctum, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's added, and then yeah, so we're at 20 lands.
What? So you said the other man.
And
land.
then
Do we want a main land for?
yeah, so then we would need
The 3/2
what's the thing
unblockable?
called?
Yeah.
Creeping Tar Pit.
Yeah. Let me search.
And then
I mean, we have a lot of options.
I literally have all these in my binder. Where are they at?
All right, hold on. I've got
Celestial Colonnade.
Colonnade is good. We want that one. Creeping Tar Pit. Let's see. Those are the allied colored ones. Enemy colors. Shambling Vent.
I think Shambling Vent's not bad, in my opinion.
I like Shambling Vent. Yeah.
Because it's a 2/1 lifelink.
Yeah, 2/3.
2/3. Ooh.
Ooh, buddy, that's good.
Okay, so I got the main lands, and then just add the check lands. So it's like Glacial Fortress.
We do have the we do have the new manlands if we wanted to add those.
Are they as good though?
There's only allied though. Let me make sure. No, they're okay. No, because we have a restless anchorage for 1 white blue. Becomes a 2/3 white and blue creature with flying. Whenever it attacks, create a map token. And then restless reef, 2 blue black. Becomes a 4/4 shark with death touch. Whenever it attacks, target player mills 4. That's per. I didn't draft that. That seems pretty strong. Milling 4 is a lot, but it is 4/4. You probably kill him by damage before milling.
Yeah.
And it is target player, so you can mill yourself. And then the other one is the Restless Fortress, which that one's pretty good. It's a 1/4 nightmare. Whenever it attacks, defending player loses 2 life and you gain 2. I think we could add those 3. Double man lands. You want me to? I can add it.
I got it.
You got it. You got all 3.
Yeah, I have the wiki pulled up.
Okay.
Boy.
All right.
So we'll do all 6-man lands.
Yeah. Are those expensive though?
All right.
We'll have to buy those. Creeping Tar Pit might be.
They're
no.
No.
Only $1.
They're really so they're very inexpensive now.
Okay. It's like, and we have the proxies for the fetches and shocks, right? Because shocks are probably expensive.
Yes.
Too. Yeah, they're like $15.
Yeah. Shambling Vent and then Restless Anchor.
I guess I'll take out Fairy Conclave. We don't need that. Unless we'll the individual colors.
7/7.
The other one's not good. Like,
Why do I?
Watchtower's not that good. Fairy Conclave is pretty good, but then Spawning Pool's not that good. It's a 1/1 black CL10 that has regeneration on it for 1 black.
Yeah, so we're at 7/7/7 now, and then 2. Yeah, honestly, it's not bad. And then get rid of Fairy Conclave.
Yeah, I got rid of it. You can refresh.
25. Is that what you see?
20.
Yeah, I see 25.
Refresh. Reloading.
And then we can just add like the 3 check lands.
Okay. Because we wanted 30 lands.
Yeah, because I feel like not everybody gets fetches in, but this is like a tuber. Should we? It's either we do 3 check lands or 3 fetches.
Oh, how many fetches do you have in there now?
3.
Okay.
So I was thinking we have 25 lands. We can just do like one that grabs 1 of each color. So like we'd throw a Scalding Tarn in there. Like Scalding Tarn, Windswept Heath, and then Bloodstained Mire.
The like 3 more tangent fetches.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like it's not. Yeah, they wouldn't be on. They would be only one of the 2 colors.
Yeah.
All right. So like, yeah. So then we'll just do like Windswept Heath.
We could do another Terramorphic Expanse instead of Evolving Wild, or both Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah, Windswept Heath.
Oh yeah.
Bloodstained Mire. And then. And then you said Terramorphic Expanse.
Oh, you got that one? Okay.
Am I stupid? How do you spell Terramorphic?
Yeah, Terra.
Morphic. Yeah, I guess I am stupid. Okay,
Cool.
right. Puts us at 20. Puts us at 29.
All right.
Cool.
That's good for now. We don't
Lands done.
Lands are done. Love it. All right, yeah, that seems pretty solid. That'll be fun. All right, so now
I think that that's good.
So then, what are the themes and archetypes we want to do?
Well, so that's the thing. In every blue-white combo, there's definitely Blink. So I think Blink can be an archetype.
Here's a question. Trevor has a good philosophy that I like, what he's doing with his Pioneer Cube, where there are archetypes per se, but it's not like a hard given archetype. He wants it more of a fluid of like, you can try to force an archetype, but it's like it's not like hardcore supported. So it allows you to blend things together, where it's like, yeah, you could do Blink, but it's not 100% all in a Blink.
Yeah.
I think,
It's like stuff that's like blinkable.
yeah, like let me give you an example of some of the cards that I put in. So, Thing in the Ice, right? Cares about instant sorceries. And then I also have, where's the four drop? Talrant, Sky Summoner. So, right, you make 2/2s, flying whenever you cast instant or sorcery, and then Thing in the Ice cares about, right, comes with the counters on it, or whenever you cast
Yeah.
instant or sorcery, move an ice counter. So like you have that little sub theme of playing instant sorceries, and then because we're playing blue, naturally you're gonna have like we have brainstorm, anticipate, counterspell, into what's hold on where the other one? Yeah, probe, ponder, sleight of hand. So we have those in there, right?
Yeah. The cantrips.
So it's like it's a theme, but it's not like hardcore supported.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like if you're playing blue, right? There's dispel, counterspell, gainsay. That's kind of a new like a spicy thing I put in there. So it's one in a blue counter target blue spell. Makes
Yeah.
it it's not the best, but it makes it a little stronger, right?
Yeah.
When it's only like
Especially in this cube.
yeah, in this cube
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like that's a fun one to add there. So that's my point of like, all right, for blue we kind of have instant sorceries matter, but it's not enough to put in a Delver, right?
Yeah.
Um, so looks like Trevor put in Jace's Phantasm, which is a 1/1 for one blue flying. Gets +4/+4 as long as the opponent has 10 or more cards in their graveyard, which that's pretty cool with the fetches. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How many fetches do we total add to it?
We have six,
Six?
7, 8.
Okay.
We have oh no, we have 9. We have 9 with Escape Tunnel, Evolvement Wilds,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Temporal Expand.
Okay, cool. So that's a fun card because we know our opponent's gonna be playing with fetches. Um, yeah. So like I said, it's kind of like spells. We can support it more if we want. Looking over at white, we do need to add more white cards though. But I kind of have. So clearly, you notice I put in Novice Inspector and Thraben Inspector. So those are both there. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of Thraben Inspectors. The version I have is one of the fancy ones. We'll see.
I have a.
It's not too
I think
fancy.
I probably have a regular one somewhere.
Ah, I got it. I got the fancy one. Like it's not expensive. It's not. It's the whatever the arena.
PTQ one.
Yeah, it's probably a PTQ one. I don't know.
That's like $1.
Yeah, yeah. $1.20. But I'll update it.
Do you have that thing in the ice as well?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all my cards I have are just from like RCQs and stuff.
Sick. So I was thinking. So for the cards that I have, I have Blade Splicer,
Okay, that'd be a fun one. For,
Haven Mind Sensor,
okay,
Restoration Angel,
nice.
10th District Hero,
Yo,
Silverblade Paladin,
yo.
Frontline Medic.
I'm not gonna say yeah to everyone. You say
No, I'm just saying these are what I have.
Okay.
These are what I have, or what I was thinking. Then Sensor Splicer, and then Seeker of the Way.
Okay, cool.
Which
That's-
I don't think Seeker of the Way is in here.
No, it's not. I think so. One card I added, Extraction Specialist. It's a white 3/2 for 2 and a white lifelink. But when it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block it as long as you control Extraction Specialist. So it's like if we have more, I would like to add more creatures that have mana value 2 or less. So like we've got the Novice Inspector and Thraben Inspector,
And
you just mentioned a few.
10th,
Yeah, 10th Street.
so 10th District Hero and Seeker of the Way.
Okay.
I'll add those.
I mean, and you know what? I mean, that doesn't have to be just in white too. So we
Yeah,
got
these are literally just all white, and then I have some
Okay.
hybrid stuff too. Oh, Resolute Reinforcements.
what does that do?
That's a 1 in a white flash 1/1 when it enters the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier token.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one to get back then too. Let's. All right, so then blue. I mentioned the instant sorceries also has kind of a flying theme to it. So clearly it's blue, right? But I do have a card, Wanderer of the Evos Isle. So it's a 2/2 for 2 and a blue, flying. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast.
Which one is that? Sorry.
It's a 3 CMC creature in blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's,
The Warden of Evo's Isle, that one.
yeah. So it's like a little bit of a flying theme.
Yeah,
It makes
because that works well. Yeah,
yeah, because I've got some 5 drops in there that are flyers. The Cavalier of Gales, and then oh yeah, someone put. Did you put in Riftwing Skyscape, Cloudscape?
I didn't.
Yeah, so
I
Trevor
did
put that in.
not.
That's a good flyer. You probably suspend that one, but you have options.
Yeah, so like I didn't have a lot of blue stuff that wasn't already like knocked in or like because I was like, all right, well I have all like the cantrips and stuff. I don't see opt. I think opt
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
pretty okay.
you put opt in there. I think that's good.
Yeah, so like I have Aetherling. I think that's like
A
the
big
6 blue 4/5,
yeah.
and then that's the one that blinks itself. That it's unblockable +1 +1 -1, and then -1 +1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
yeah, so let's see.
So the kind of
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just thinking because like so that'd be opt Aetherling because we already have preordain, we already have spell pierce, we have spell snare. Or do you not think spell snare is good enough?
Um, I don't know. I'm just a little
Probably
worried.
not good
I'm
enough.
a little worried we're gonna have too many blue cards. Do we want to have
Yeah,
like white, blue, black, the same number, or I mean, we could skew it to be more blue. Harrison does like blue,
yeah,
right?
he
His
does.
default mode is white, blue.
Yeah, and then like the other card I have is a Jeskai Elder.
Okay.
Those are the 3 blue. So
The
Jeskai
elder,
Elder is just like is the 1/2 prowess for 1 in a blue. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you
okay.
do, discard a
Yeah,
card.
it loots when it hits. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I. Those are the 3 blue that I would add.
Okay.
So at least opt I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I think opt should be in there because that fits the instant sorceries theme.
Yeah, opt. And then what do you think about Aetherling?
Yeah, I like Aetherling. Just another big. Because right now,
It's just like on a yeah, it kind of gets you to the late game.
yeah.
Oh, I probably can't even add it. It- Why can't it doesn't pull it up?
You have
That's
to
funny
do.
because it's the AE.
Oh, it doesn't pull up at all.
Let's see, Thirling. Yeah, Aetherling. Aetherlize works, but Aetherling does not.
Oh, really? I thought I found it.
Whatever,
Maybe
that's
not.
fine.
We'll see. I didn't Google it. Let's see. No, I got it in there. You had to do AE. I
That's
I
what I did.
I
What?
added it. I got it. I got it there.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
All
am
right.
I dumb? I might be dumb. Let me refresh. Refresh.
There's gonna be a whole bunch in there now.
Oh,
So
I see it. What? What the heck?
so let's let's jump over to black because black and white definitely need more work. Well, did we finish what we're saying about white? You added those, right? Yours. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see them in there.
I added the 3.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, but so I have, like I said, I have other stuff that are like pretty okay. I
Okay.
just so like I think Blade Spicer would be okay,
Mm-hmm. There's
and then like I definitely like the Aven Mind Sensor. I think that would be pretty funny. You're like, oh, I'm gonna fetch Aven Mind Sensor.
yeah, yeah, that's good. I think it's a good one. Get it. Although would that be in 2 and 0? Put it in there. It's a little bit of a fear
It
of like when do you fetch playing around the potential even mind splice.
right.
Yeah,
I think it's just like it just adds more like complexity.
yeah. So talking about blink and flicker, I don't think we need to put that in there, but I do have the artifact called Crystal Shard that allows you to play around with enter the battlefield effects. So Crystal Shard, it's an artifact for 3 mana. You can tap 3, tap it, or tap a blue, tap it, return target creature to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 1. So basically, you can bounce your own stuff for 1 blue,
Hmm.
which it's not blink stuff, but for example, I do have Inspiring Overseer in there, and also the blue one, the Cloudkin's Seer. So it's
Yes,
like,
that's one. That's like Enter Strawler card.
yeah, yeah. So fun stuff like that. Um, yeah, so we have some other enter the battlefield stuff.
Okay, so I got
You go ahead.
Resto, Avon, and Blade added,
Okay.
and then the 10th District, Seeker, and Resolute, along with Op, Jessica Elder, and Eighth Homie.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So I think white, and then like I also have like other stuff. We can ask if Trevor wants it later. Oh, I have non-creature white stuff as well. Captain's Call.
Makes
That's just like
tokens.
the three, yeah, the 3/1/1s.
I think that's good because we can do a little bit of a token theme. Because I think Trevor added, where is this card? It is called Dramatic Finale, and it's an enchantment that's Orzhov hybrid. So it has 4 Orzhov hybrid mana. So white black white black
Yeah.
white black white black. It says creature tokens you control get +1/+1. So we can kind of do a little bit of a token theme because I've got some zombies going in, zombie stuff in black, like a start of it at least.
Okay.
But then also this enchantment says whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature with flying. Ability only triggers once each turn. So it's kind of a fun, like, it's not a hardcore token archetype, but we have enough tokens going on, right? Right. If you do that Captain's Call in white,
so
we have.
I also.
Whereas the Talrant makes 2/2 flyers in blue, and then black has zombies.
Yeah, I also added Oblivion Ring, Elspeth's Smite.
Okay.
Unless you have a strong opinion on either one.
No, I think they're good. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then I do have a Blink card that I might add, Momentary Blink.
Do you want it? Even, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I love that card.
I don't. Fun. I think it's good, but my thing is like I would rather play. I would rather play the white blue feeling of the drowned, the one that's like tap 2 creatures and then flashback tap.
I gotcha.
I'd rather play that card instead.
Or to blink.
Because then like. Yeah, because then that's more versatile. Because we're trying to keep it just generic enough, like where you can do it or you can do something else.
I like that. Yeah, blink is too like obvious in your face. Is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, so like I'd rather just keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
But then like I said, so Novice Inspector's done. We can also put in that Sensor Splicer. That's kind of on the higher end of the white.
Yeah.
It's a 5-drop and it makes a 3/3. With Vigilance.
Yeah.
Could do that, could not, but...
I do have Helm of the Host in here, too. I just like that card. It's a fun one. You can put that on any...
Yeah.
So it's not Blink, but it's like Enter the Battlefield effects matter. Put that on...
What are your thoughts about... Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was just saying, put Helm of the Host on Riftwing Cloudscape. It'd be fun.
That'd be hilarious.
Just good fun stuff. All right, go.
Yeah, so what about Overwhelming Splendor? You probably have never heard of this card.
Sounds familiar. What's it do?
It is. So it's 8 mana. It's 2 white, 6 generic, and it's an Aura Curse.
Okay.
And it says, enchant player, creatures enchanted player controls lose all abilities and have base power 1/1.
Oh, that's right.
And then enchant player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities.
No, I remember drafting that, right? That was the big Nicol Bolas thing, right? Wasn't that in that set?
Hour of Devastation.
I remember, yeah. So, and okay, you could add that. That's a fun one to add because I do have Charcoal Diamond, Marble Diamond, Mind Stone, and we need to put in the blue one. What's the blue one called? The blue diamond. I'll check it out.
Is it Sapphire Diamond?
Probably.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll add it. Sky Diamond.
Wait, this is $8?
Which one?
The Overwhelming Splendor?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
What?
You've already committed it. It's in the content. It's documented.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Probably Commander.
I think I have like 3 of them.
Nice.
Stinky Commander players.
Now.
Just kidding. Just kidding to all the Commander players listening to this podcast. I'm kidding.
They're probably not listening.
No flame. I swear.
Yeah. I meant, hey, I need to go in like a couple of
Oh,
minutes. But
yeah.
I think this is
No
a good start,
worries.
right? We could just all right. So when we come back, as we're still working on this, we
Yes.
need to add more white and black, and then looking at the multicolored cards, we can tighten up
Hmm.
Azorius if we need to get rid of some of those.
Yes. Well,
But
I have more black stuff. There's no removal, like, at all.
okay,
There's, like, no Doom Blades. There's,
yeah.
like, none of that stuff.
The question is, and this is we didn't go too deep into like the power level of this cube, like, and that's the one thing about this cube is like we're just like it's a draft. So once you actually draft a cube, I'm using the drafting. Like you tease it out, you improve it as you draft it more often. So like the question of like the power band of like do you put in Doomblade or do you put in some 4-drop removals, right? There is like Dismember, which is like super efficient. But
Yeah.
do we do like murders? Do we do like 3 mana value removal spells or 4 mana value removal spells? How tight do we want to make it?
Yeah, we can look into it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Probably, maybe a little bit of each, right? I think have a power band pretty wide, but
yeah.
it's like you only have one
Yeah.
efficient kill. You know, like maybe like you have Dismember, Doomblade, and then you put in a murder, and then yeah, a couple of 3-drop kill
Yeah.
spells, and a couple of 4-drop kill
Yeah.
spells. Like I have Dark,
Yeah.
for example, Dark Salvation is basically a 5-drop removal spell. Target creature or target player puts X 2/2 black zombie tokens onto the battlefield. Then up to one target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each zombie that player controls. So normally,
Yeah.
it's not like if you're doing a little bit of zombie thing, but like normally you make two for 5 mana, you make two zombies and you kill
Mhm.
something. It's a
Yeah.
source. It's not a busted removal spell, but it's fun. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Makes
so
sense.
we'll continue working on that on the white and the black, and then specifically Orzhov. We need to work on that.
Yeah. I have some stuff for it. I have the LSE Core Sadistic Pilgrim and then Legion to Ashes.
Okay.
So the Pilgrim is the 2/2 that has the Blood Artist effect.
Okay. Okay. Do we want?
And then
Do we
the
want to be careful of that? Because like, if that's the only blood artist effect, that may be confusing. Like, if you see that, I'd assume it's like, okay, aristocrats is an archetype. But if that's the
well, I have a Blood Artist to put in too.
you're gonna do, so that's the question. Are we gonna have enough to support that? I maybe. Like how
I
many?
think so.
Okay. I guess
Throw in a Vein Ripper.
we're doing tokens, so that does help with the
Yeah.
blood artist
I
aristocrat.
think it's doable. I think because like you don't necessarily need to have all of them. You can just have like 2 or 3. Like it's just a value card. It might like not it may not give you like 10 points of life and 10 points of damage. It may just give you like 3 or 4, but like
That's enough.
these are going to be slow grindy games
Yeah,
in general. Like
yeah. Okay, cool.
so
All right,
but
keep building, keep working on it, and we'll touch base. I don't know,
yeah.
later tonight maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a wrap for this Cubecast episode. Basically,
Yeah, no
if you made it
kidding.
this far, thank you. This is us just like working through building the cube together. So kind of a I don't know. We've never done content like this, so it's a fun experience.
Yeah, shot in the dark. See how it goes.
All right on.